All right, all right. How's everybody doing? Okay, I'm going in. Okay, the title is I was trying to put a thumbnail on there. I couldn't put a thumbnail on there, so I'm just gonna have to share my screen and everything. So the title is Did Gregory participate in the cover up of Malcolm X's death? And the reason why I'm doing this video because God bless the dead, number one. And so shout out to, however, no one is above scrutiny and examination. I mean, Dick Gregory spoke on Bob Marley when he was dead, and ain't nobody called out shit on that. Okay, it's just fucking hypocrites. And I just, and like I said, I broke down. Let's just get straight onto it, all right, and spare you all the introductions. And like I said, I broke down how disinformation agents work. They look like a father figure. Okay, so a lot of times when you're that's how a hypnotist does it. So anyway, let's get down to the meat and potatoes. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we're just going to get on into this. Leave a comment as you see fit. Okay, I think I go in and I share my screen like that. All right. I think it's sharing now, okay? Now, first things first. I don't have no rhyme or reason. This is a
all leaders. This included Lena Horne. This included Dick Gregory. And this included singers, comics, trumpet players, baseball players.
So there it is, Malcolm X saying that the people that they push to you are who would they say are entertainers, aka following the stars. Okay. All right. So now show you a picture here with I ain't got no weird shit. I don't want to show you guys my shit on my screen. I thought I didn't have everything here. I'm Marley Dick Gregory. Let's look at this. Okay, in this picture, this is Dick Gregory giving Bob Marley the evil eye. Okay, now I don't know how you know how Rastafarians are. Okay, they don't play that shit. Okay, so he over here giving this man the evil eye because somebody killed. I forgot. I did the information on who killed Bob Marley. We'll talk about that later. But this man's looking at him crazy. A woman's being a woman, trying to lighten it up. But the men, they checking out Dick Gregory like something else. He's giving them the evil eye, okay? The CIA did want Bob Marley dead, and Bob Marley did die. Now, going on back to Malcolm, okay? And Malcolm X comes out of his own mouth, and he says who his killers was, or who the people that were trying to kill him.
This is Leon Almir, who was Cassius Clay's secretary, whom they beat unmercifully up in Boston. There was an attack by them in Boston on December the 25th.
So Bob Marley, not Bob Marley. Cassius Clay, aka Malcolm X, was introduced to the Nation of Islam by way of Malcolm X. Later on, with Malcolm X, for lack of a better word, grew out of the Nation of Islam, or not the Nation of Islam, the co-following of Elijah Muhammad and the Muslims, or the Black Muslims. The reason why I don't want to get stuck on the Nation of Islam because that's a terminology that was used later. We'll talk about that later.
In the lobby, the hotel lobby.
Let's speed it up.
They just wait until the job is done and then they step in. You mean he was going to kill you? Oh yes. One of them was An attempt was made to get one of them to wire my car with an explosive. That one is with me right now.
Immediately after our opening announcement.
Okay, so it breaks down how Muhammad Ali was everybody was doing this hysteria and they were turning against Malcolm X. Even Muhammad Ali said that he must die. Muhammad Ali, and I'm not sure you can hear it out the fucking horse's mouth.
None other than Clarence 2X Gill.
Clarence 2X. I haven't done all my research. I have, but I'm trying to make this fast. And we'll get to Gregory in a second. Okay. Was the bodyguard of Muhammad Ali. And
Clarence 2X Gill is a bodyguard of boxing champion Muhammad Ali. Clarence 2X Gill was also
trying to speed this up.
Can oppose the message of Almighty God verbally or physically and get away with it. Malcolm X will die. Malcolm X will die.
Malcolm X will die. Now he's have in here this is so that's out of the horse's mouth. Now,
well, number one, it's not black Muslim, it's Muslim. Black is the name given to it by the press. It's not black Muslim, it's Muslim. And when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad cuts a man off, well, then he's automatically cut off with all of his followers. And a lot of people call it a split. It's not a split. He's just one individual who, as we say, went astray. And when say like two governments split, one leader takes half, another leader takes half. Malcolm X is just there, and this is not a split. Now, he's not big enough to be called a split.
Well, my newspaper carried a story saying upon your return from Africa, you refused to stay at the Teresa Hotel. Your former head.
Right, my leader told me, not my leader, but various officials said that it wouldn't be nice being in the same hotel that he was in, and whatever they said.
So obviously Muhammad Ali don't even know. He said not my leader, but whatever they say goes. So he contradicting themselves. Whatever they say goes. We can get it out. I'll get into Muhammad Ali a little later in the portrayal of Malcolm X. And like I said, he liked to talk down on Malcolm X, call him all kind of names. That's if you ever done your research, which I know a lot of people aren't doing. Now let's get on to this Dick Gregory thing. Okay, in this video about Dick Gregory and Malcolm X assassination, he defames Malcolm X's daughter. Now, I don't know if y'all want to know. Okay. I don't know. Am I still live? Am I still live? Am I still live? Hey. All right. That's me. All right. So, boom. Let's get on into this. Now, there goes Dick Gregory hanging out with a known CIA agent, Al Sharpton, smiling with a perm, and he's there to do damage control. That's the word, damage control for the Nation of Islam. That's what Dick Gregory's there to do, damage control. Now he goes in there and he talks a little smack about Malcolm X's daughter, saying, how could she wait 30 years to get revenge? And so he talks pretty bad. Now, let's get on into it.
I got back on the plane and came back here.
Now, in this whole video, there's inconsistencies all through it. If you want to hear it, I guess we could talk about it. I got nothing but time, so I'm gonna let that play for those who haven't seen it. Maybe I'll stop and talk as it goes on.
That just happened with his daughter, and I'll be honest with you. I got 10 children, 7 girls, 3 boys. If I thought I had a child that thought somebody killed me and wanted to avenge it and waited 30 years.
So obviously he makes light of it. He makes a joke. There's some coons in the back, and they start laughing and all that fly shit.
I sure enough would have attitude. I mean, you can give that chump time to die from natural causes. I mean, girl, do you love me or not? But listen what they told us. They told us that Malcolm X's daughter, see, I don't deal in friendship. Did she do it or not? I deal in logic. Here's a woman here in New York City. She decides she's going to kill Farrakhan. She leaves New York where all the murderers are. They got people that have killed somebody you just to practice because they know they're going to kill somebody on July the 4th. They just want to practice.
And speed through this.
She leaves Minnesota to hire a white boy to kill one of the most guarded brothers. A white boy. We don't even have to deal with that. I knew Malcolm. I love Malcolm. Malcolm.
Let's speed through this.
I said, Malcolm, I love you. The chance to be there. So what do you mean, Brother Greg? I said, well, I closed tonight, Sunday night at Basement Street East. And I said, but I had my wife book me a flight into Chicago at 8 o'clock this morning. And I'm going to Chicago, and I had way beneath my salary, booked me into a college about 10 miles from the airport. And I'm going to go there and speak this afternoon, and I'm going to stay there until they tell me you dead. Because I'm not going to let this government get two of us for the price of one.
Like I said, Dick Gregory, he obviously had an ego and wanted to be the, everybody wanted to take Malcolm X's place. I don't know why he's comparing himself to Malcolm X. Two of us compared to one. One's a leader, the other dude's like Dick. You heard what Malcolm said earlier about entertainers and how they prompt and they push entertainers to be your fake leaders. But he's going to self-appoint himself as such. Okay.
And I'm going to call Adam Clayton Powell when I finish talking to you. And
like I said, they also got Al Sharpton back there, smiling, beguiling.
Beg him not to come.
Sucking and jiving.
Because today, the United States government is going to get you. And I'm not going to be there. I love you. I don't even want to take a chance of my heart changing. So I went to Chicago. And when they came and they told me Malcolm's been killed today.
Like I said, he went to Chicago, and of course, everybody knows the Nation of Islam's center is Chicago. That's where they run things. That New York, but Chicago's where they run things.
I got back on the plane and came back here. Malcolm was killed because of another brother named DePinto.
Now he goes heads and starts mishmashing words, saying DePinto was his right-hand man now, but he's the man that had him killed. Okay, no, they were social justice warriors at the time.
A lot of people thought he was African, but he was East Indian. He was born in Nairobi. He's the one that changed Malcolm's head from black nationalist to Pan-African and made that connection from here to there. And the government said, we can't let this happen. He's the one that persuaded Malcolm when he went to Africa and stayed 7 weeks and met with all the real leaders. And then he's the one that discussed with Malcolm of bringing racism to the doorsteps of the UN. And as Malcolm was being shot dead in New York City, DePinto was being gunned down in Nairobi. All right. Same time. All right. Same time. So don't tell me about no black movement. The same time. Same time. Malcolm was being gunned down. Now, let me finish this by saying this. And you folks out there on radio, when we cut off, that's why you should be here. Let that go right there. Yeah, y'all come on down. Yeah. We'll be here. We're not, you know, you get here late, we'll be here next week. Just wait on us. You ain't got nothing to do. Nothing to do. Now, let me show you how this white racist system treats black folks. The black folks that they got to kill Malcolm, Malcolm was standing on the stage like I am.
What the hell?
They threw a smoke bomb in the back. When everybody got to watch the commotion,
now he says they threw a smoke bomb. Now, oh my bad, y'all. I wasn't sharing my screen that whole damn time. My bad. But anyway, so I guess we're gonna have to do that again. But everybody's know is get your hands out of my pocket, nigga. Everybody knows that was the diversion to let Malcolm get his guard down was get your hands out my pocket, nigga. I believe that's what it was.
Brothers ran up with double-barrel shotgun and shot him. But under the Freedom of Information Act, we were...
Now, then he goes back and says, he starts talking about the Freedom of Information Act. Yeah, like they really have the Freedom of Information Act, you guys. Come on, like, that's some fucking... Now, who's a fucking real... He's supposed to be a conspiracy dude, but he gonna believe in the Freedom of Information Act. Okay, buddy.
We were able to get the autopsy of Malcolm, and all the bullets in Malcolm is going down. Now, I can't stand on this stage and y'all down there pointing up, which means the government has such a low view of those black folks that would do it.
Okay, so this is coming. He said the government got so much low of black folks that they gave them some blanks, some shotgun blanks. So these men in Chicago, I'm pretty sure all those old school dudes knew how to use a gun before. Nobody brought their own gun. And they don't even know what a real gun is. I mean, he's totally twisting, spin doctoring what is in doing a red herring, I guess.
But they didn't even give them real bullets. They gave them blanks.
So, nigga, if you believe that shit, that they gave them niggas blanks. They gave the Nation of Islam motherfuckers blanks, and the government shot them. See how they spin that shit? So I'm posing a question: Was Dick Gregory was he participating in a psyop? Let's say it like that. Was Dick Gregory a part of a psyop? I guess there's this term going around called gaslighting, basically meaning don't believe in what your lying eyes see. You're going to believe me or your eyes. Notice everybody that did Gregory around and was getting deaded. Bob Marley, we got MLK, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. He's still alive though. The government killed him. I mean, and I'm not saying that, like I said, the government works by using subcontractors. And yeah, maybe they will hire you, but they're already using the propaganda that's already out there. The division is already out there. So, so that was going to be the, going back to this.
Just told you a little while ago, these leaders, that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory.
Okay, so, I mean, obviously, he's laughing at the notion that people take Dick Gregory serious. You know? And like I said, Dick Gregory, he puts himself on a pedestal up there with the great liberators. Like I said, God bless the dead. However, if you don't really look at the, like, a lot of this shit, that's why it's called Black Bubbles, man. I'm just popping those bubbles of belief.
Go.
Yeah. Really, brother.
Well, that's right. My leader told me, not my leader, but
my leader, not my leader, but whatever they say goes.
Various officials said that it wouldn't be nice being in the same hotel that he was in, and whatever they say go.
And you ever notice how every time it's like almost like there's two, now I sound like Dick Gregory, two Muhammad Ali's. There's the one playing around, and there's the one when he's supposed to be a Muslim. He just switches up, you know. And I'm sorry, every time this man try to sound smart is when he don't sound smart. You go and check out these videos. I don't know what they're doing with their channels now, if it's been hijacked, but the work is out there.
They would all drive over the George Washington Bridge, head for the Autobahn border. Talmadge's ex-hater was captured at the scene of the crime. His partner in crime, William X. Bradley, tried to rescue him. Also rescued was the second suspect, Clarence X. Gill, was placed in a squad car after being shot, stomach wound. Gill was shot by Reuben Francis, and the police helped him.
So Malcolm X did have his squad with him, but the Muslims were divided. You had a split. Muhammad Ali don't want to call it a split because he's trying to belittle. And if you do your he's trying to belittle I guess Malcolm's work.
Gill, clean getaway from the crime.
Yes,
who attacks talks about attacking the Elijah Muhammad will die.
And delinquent in their duties. Duties such as failing to sell enough Muhammad Speaks newspapers.
You already know how they get down, man. They got duties. If they don't do them duties, they get their ass beat. You didn't sell enough bean pies, they get smacked upside the head. And I'm not here to diss the good work that the Nation of Islam does by helping people who don't have guidance, giving them guidance. We'll talk about that later. I'm just here to talk about the cover-up of the people that killed Malcolm X, and that Dick Gregory was a part of this participation in, I guess, spinning it into a conspiracy, talking about the government did it.
Malcolm was shot from the ceiling top. And also under the Freedom of Information, the CIA had been forced to admit that they rented the Oliver Ballroom a week before. That's when they went in there and tore them walls out and put them guns in the wall and shot him from a downward projection. That's what this game is about.
Yeah, and what's with the damn people screaming in the goddamn back? We will talk about that later.
But Malcolm lived a good life. The movie did not portray that.
Of course not.
Who the fuck is that motherfucking heckler back there? So, you heard it. Go back, listen to it. If you have, I guess, if you're able to use discernment. So if you're able to use discernment, obviously Dick Gregory was there. I mean, I'm posing the question, did Dick Gregory participate in the covering up of the nation? Excuse me, not the nation, but the people that killed Malcolm X. And was he there to spin doctor it? I showed you the picture with Bob Marley and the fact that majority of black people don't know shit about fucking history. So he gets mad at Bob Marley for talking about the Buffalo Soldiers. Listen, you better get as much information as you can, real history as you can, like I said, because that's the problem, that people don't really know their history. And sounds a little Masonic to me, you know what I mean? Engineerish. So whatever the reason was, so it's just funny how people let him, it's okay for him to talk about the dead, but if you scrutinize him, you tripping, right? So just want to put that out there. If comment if as you feel, and if you don't agree, put it down there. If you agree, um, put it down there if you like. Maybe I'll make it a little cleaner. I'm just this is the way I clean my house. Obviously, it's just all fucking witch away. Sorry about not broadcasting it correctly. So like I said, go back, check these videos out. Maybe we'll talk about Muhammad Ali a little bit later and his participation I mean, if you look at the participation of Muhammad Ali talking about he didn't like white folks, it's always like these ice cubes, man. I mean, this is where conspiracy comes from. I mean, these people love white people. Look at fucking Farrakhan. Muhammad Ali, he was letting white old ladies punch him in the face. He loves some Ronald Reagan patting him on the fucking head. But when it comes to black people, it's always where he has to talk down to him. The same thing with Dick Gregory. He loved them white people. He wouldn't talk to him any kind of way. But as soon as a black person asks a nigga a question, he gets some copping some type of attitude. So very hypocritical or something's going on with that. So that's what's up. That's my first round of this video, and I guess see if I left anything out. Let me see. Put it back on. Let me go back. It's taking me so long. I was trying to hope I'm broadcasting now. Present to everyone. My bad. I did not do my Google Hangout right. So, like I said, this man's obviously giving him the evil eye right here. Jamaicans don't play that shit. They're over here trying to lighten it down. But things you gotta wonder, man. He was really worried about information talking about Buffalo Soldiers and that I guess about the indigenous black people that were already here. Maybe he's there to cover that up. I don't know. Maybe he wants some narrative of we were slaves or whatever his fucking narrative is. So
Chicago. And when they came and they told me Malcolm's been killed in there, I got back on the plane and
so they went to Chicago and they told him Malcolm was killed. It was like he checked in. It's almost like he checked in to headquarters. And it's like, did y'all do the job? That's what it sounded like. I don't really want to talk about Khalid Muhammad right now, but there's certain things that the Pan-Africanists or the black people are just going to have to fess up to, just like this whole white supremacy shit. Not saying he don't exist, but blowing shit out of proportion. It was a black man that shot Khalid Muhammad, not no white person. After he was shot, he was saying cracker, but he was looking at niggas. Okay? So, sound like Big Greg right there. Check out this video about, I mean, it's plain as day. He says that Muhammad Ali and his crew were trying to kill Malcolm X numerous times. Numerous times. So
So I said, well, what do you want to talk about? At that time, I was struck behind. I received a rather...
According to how he related to his religious beliefs, you jump over a broom and you're married. Muhammad Ali and I were married twice. The second time we were married in Judge's Chambers in Gary, Indiana. I went right into camp with Muhammad Ali.
Look this up for me, please. Have you and Malcolm X, the man who helped convert you to the Black Muslim movement?
So go back, watch those videos. I have them up there for you to do your own homework. Okay? So you don't have to get mad at me. Use your own fucking. Do your own fucking homework. And maybe we'll chit chat a little bit later about it. Maybe we won't. But I made this video for to show you how people may be looking at the past and they believe in their mind that they have a picture of how people are, but when you really sit there and examine it, it's not so wholesome as it seems. Okay, so there was a lot of hate that these people had against Muhammad Ali. I mean, for Malcolm X, they had a lot of hate, and everybody maybe wanted to take that place. I didn't make a video about Farrakhan because, like I said, Farrakhan was freaking young. He was pretty young at the time, and he was just one of many of the soldiers. And to speak on Elijah Muhammad, I was raised with a lot of older folks, and there was just certain things you didn't do. You didn't talk to white people. You did not talk to the cops about what happens. They did not trust white people like that. The older folks from the 20s and the 1910s or the 1800s did not fuck with white people. People from the 60s and the 50s and the 40s, they excuse me, a little younger, they seem to be a little bit more they let the guard down around them a lot. So there was a generation difference in that in there. So just putting that out there. Okay.